Welcome back to yet another video. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a shorter review of a probably lesser known movie, which is Scooby-Doo, The Sword and the Scoob. So if you guys don't know, I am a huge fan of Scooby-Doo. I've seen basically every single piece of Scooby-Doo content that's ever been made, and it's by far my favorite franchise to ever exist. So I got this film the other day, and I decided, you know what? I want to review it. It's probably not going to do well on YouTube, I would guess, but you know what? I'm going to make it anyway. So anyways, let's get into it. So this is actually the first new Scooby-Doo movie that I've seen since, I want to say it was Shaggy's Showdown in 2017 was the last one I saw, like right when it came out basically. And I was kind of surprised, I guess, by the fact that it's obviously intended for a younger audience, and I actually still really enjoyed it. There are some moments in the film where it's obvious that they're catering towards kids, and I didn't really like that, but it's a kids franchise. It's gonna have that from time to time. Like, I don't really have a huge problem with that. I watch a lot of kids stuff. Like, I'm in the middle of watching Legend of Korra right now, and that's got a lot of kids humor in it as well. So yeah, I don't really judge TV shows and movies based off of that. It's just something that's gonna happen, and as long as it's not so dumbed down for kids, I don't have a problem with it. So this kind of goes a little hand in hand with it being catered towards kids, is the fact that they try to modernize Scooby-Doo, and this happens a lot in Scooby-Doo. Take for example Scoob last year. I don't even need to explain why that didn't work, but this movie does try to modernize Scooby-Doo a bit. They changed up some of the characters a little bit. There was a hint of feminism in it. And overall though, I felt like they didn't go too far into it like they did in Scoob. It did a good job of balancing between being new and interesting for kids nowadays and sticking with the characters that we grew up knowing and loving. One of these things that I think they changed, at least, I could be remembering wrong, is it felt like they gave Velma and Daphne a lot more to do than they usually do. Velma's obviously like nerdy as usual. She does a lot of like actual math equations and science equations, which I don't really remember her doing actually. I just remember her being intuitive really, and it's kind of cool because like we get to see how smart she is. However, it does feel kind of out of place in the Scooby-Doo environment because at one point she starts quoting Newton's first law of motion when a bunch of knights are falling down, and it was like, that doesn't really fit, but whatever. And in terms of Daphne, she was a lot more, like, she's always been preppy, but I don't know, her modernized preppiness was a little off for me. But I really like, there's a scene where she goes all out and she like beats up a bunch of guys. I love that scene. I like seeing Daphne like that because I think that she should be a more powerful character while also being preppy. That's just my opinion. We have seen different adaptations where she is like this, and I think that was a really good scene in the film. So again, tying back into the modernizing Scooby-Doo, something I really love when movies do is add memes into their movies. Like, for example, Into the Spider-Verse has a post-credit scene where they have the Spider-Man meme. And this one, I don't want to give it away just in case you guys want it. I found it super surprising, like it just comes out of nowhere. It was really funny to me personally. This movie is definitely not a comedy, but there were a couple jokes in there that I found funny, and this was definitely my favorite of those jokes. So overall, I was kind of disappointed when I first got the film because I looked and it's like a 78-minute runtime, and like, I really wish these films were like at least an hour and a half long. But when I was watching it, it didn't feel short. Like, that's not to say that it was slow and it felt really long. It felt complete, and it felt like a normal length of a movie, like hour 40. It didn't feel like I was watching the film for 70 minutes without the credits. It definitely felt a lot longer than it was, which I think is a good sign. So overall, I did really enjoy this movie. The only other thing that I think it's lacking is, since I watched it now and not as a kid like I did a lot of the other Scooby-Doo movies, it's lacking that element of nostalgia. And if I'd seen this as a kid, I probably would have enjoyed it more. But just the nostalgia of the characters is there, but I'm not gonna like this as much as if I watched Loch Ness Monster again, or I rewatched Cyber Chase the other day and the nostalgia in that was just like crazy. So that kind of holds this film back, but as just like a standalone film, just watching it right now, I did really enjoy it. So as I get into the rankings here, I'm not going to do my usual thing of splitting it into entertainment and quality of film. I'm just going to give it an overall rating. I'm going to give this film an 8 out of 10. So in terms of comparing it with the rest of the Scooby-Doo movies, I don't dislike any Scooby-Doo movies with one key exception. And it's not like up there with the best of the best, like Loch Ness Monster, Zombie Island, Cyber Chase, and all those, but it's definitely not like low like Scoob. So overall, I really like it. I love Scooby-Doo. Like, I'm not going to give Scooby-Doo a bad rating ever. So yeah, if you're a fan of Scooby-Doo, I suggest this film to you. If not, I still suggest this film to you because Scooby-Doo is amazing. But anyways, that's all I have to say. So hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like down below and subscribe for more videos. My next video coming up probably sometime on the weekend, maybe Sunday or so. I'm going to have my first collab in a very long time, and it's going to feature the very first person to ever be in this film room besides me. So yeah, I hope you guys are looking forward to that. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.